So everywhere you turn, you're hearing about minimalism. Everybody's talking about it. It's like a buzzword. So you get on Pinterest and you look up minimalism and you see pictures of homes with white walls, 2 chairs, and a plant. And you think to yourself, are you kidding me? I'm a mom, I have kids running around. That's not even feasible. I gotcha. I 100% understand. I'm Amelia. I started Uncluttered Mother because I was a mom like you who was interested in minimalism and just not even sure where to start, and knew that some things weren't attainable because I have kids and a family. If you are interested in learning more about simplifying your home and your life, make sure and hit subscribe and give it a thumbs up if you are excited about learning more about minimalism for families. So you are interested in minimalism and you look on the internet, and the only people you hear talking about this are single people in a New York City apartment, and you might think, okay, minimalism just isn't for me. Well, it's worked for me, and I have 3 little kids and 1 on the way in a 1,500 square foot home, and it has revolutionized the way I do life. And I'm excited to share with you how I have gotten to that point. I'm gonna walk you through how minimalism can work if you are in a family with young kids. I went from being a chronic stuff accumulator to a mom who's living minimally in a small house with 3 kids and 1 on the way. Watch to the end of this video if you want to see what minimalism looks like for a mom whose kids really don't fit the minimalist stereotype. So the first step in living minimally as a family is to set up your why. Why is it important for you to not have as much stuff? Why is it important for you to declutter? The answer could be different for everybody, but I found minimalism to be so helpful. Even though it seems like that would be harder, I honestly feel like being a family is more of a reason to declutter your home and live minimally. Don't compare yourself to others. And even if it is a family that you see online or in real life who lives minimally, that doesn't mean that's what your family life is going to look like. And also, do not go into this with rules. Don't think, oh, if I declutter my house and live minimally, then I can only have 33 pieces of clothing. Who's setting that rule for you? You can live minimally and have as many clothes as you want. The purpose of minimalism is to create freedom for your family, not another form of bondage that you're taking onto yourself. So if you have a rule in your head, throw it out, because you can make up your own rules as you go. This is not a step-by-step, everyone has to do it the same plan. This is what is best for my family and what is going to bring us the most freedom and peace in our home. Tip number 2 is when you start minimalizing, if this is completely new to you and your family, expect some pushback. I know that's not really the answer you want to hear, but it's realistic. If you've lived with stuff that your kids are used to having, you saying, hey guys, let's get rid of a trash bag full of stuff today, they're probably going to be like, I don't want to do that. My kids were totally like this when we first started. So it's completely normal. Now, my son, who is like the most stuff obsessed kid I've ever known, brought me something the other day and said, I think I can get rid of this. I don't really play with it. And I'm like, it works, it just takes time. Your kids will enjoy having less because they actually get to play with the toys that they have rather than being lost in the clutter of all the other toys crowding up their room. Okay, on to the more fun and practical tips. Tip number 3 is don't start by organizing. You heard me right. Now, I love to organize stuff. That brings peace to my soul. I know I'm a weirdo, but if you are surrounded by stuff, you can organize it all day long, but it is not going to solve the root problem of why your house is continuing to be a wreck. Now, I will get into organizing and share lots of tips about that, and I do in some of my other videos, but you gotta start at the baseline. And the baseline is how much stuff is actually in my home, how much am I using every day, and how much of it is just clutter. So decluttering has to be the first step before organizing. You can do all the organizing you want after you've gotten rid of the stuff that doesn't belong in your home. Comment down below, organizing fail, if you've ever spent a ton of time organizing your home for it to only look the exact same a week later. Tip number 4, another practical one that you're probably not going to want to hear. Don't start with the toys. I did this wrong. I started with the toys because that was what annoyed me the most. Like, there's just toys everywhere and I can't deal with it. Can y'all just clean up your room. Can you just get the stuff off the floor? But what I highly suggest, and what I feel like would have made my journey a lot easier, is to lead by example. You're the one that this is important to. Your kids don't care. Your husband might care. But if they see you doing this, it will kind of prime them to be ready when you're like, hey, you know how mommy's been getting rid of a lot of stuff lately? I feel like it's been really helping me with my attitude and just not being frustrated when I can't find stuff and I don't have control over the stuff that I have. Why don't we go through your room or the playroom and look for some stuff that maybe you could get rid of to clear up your space to make you a little bit happier? And that kind of leads right into step number 5, which is get your family involved. Don't just wait till they're at school or grandma's house and sneak into their room like a bandit with a trash bag. Get them involved, because the goal is for this to be a lifelong thing, not just, oh, we're gonna get rid of all the stuff and then we'll be decluttered and live minimally. No, this has to be a family effort. This is minimalism for families, so get the whole family involved. And like I said, there might be pushback, but the longer you do it, the easier it will get, I promise. If you're excited about moving your family closer to a simplified, more minimalistic lifestyle, check out the blog post I did about raising kids in a world that is fueled by consumerism. I will put the link in the description box below. Also, if you want to join a bunch of other moms just like you who are trying to figure out this whole minimalism with a family thing, I've created a private Facebook group just for moms who are looking to live life more uncluttered. I'll put the link in the description box below, so make sure and come join us over there, because I'm sharing tips and tricks, and it's also a great place for you to ask questions or share your wins and hurdles and get other moms' opinions. If you like this video, would you mind just hitting the thumbs up button down below? That really lets me know that this is the kind of content you want to see. And also subscribe, because next week and the following weeks I'm going to be sharing some super practical tips on decluttering your home, and I know you're not going to want to miss that if you're looking to move your family towards minimalism. And I really just want to learn more about you. Let me know in the comments down below what your biggest hurdle is with trying to declutter as a family, and I will try and answer as many as possible with my tips and suggestions. Until next week, guys, I hope you have a